Well, thank you all for being here, and I thank my colleagues. And we're here really to discuss the failure and the lack of leadership coming from the Biden administration. Over the past year, this administration has failed to deliver on their promise to shut down the virus. Instead, they've continued to politicize the pandemic and fearmonger. They have threatened the jobs of hardworking Americans, including our military, with a mandate that has been struck down or blocked by multiple courts across the country. They have threatened to shut down businesses, even though Main Street has already suffered enough and faced the challenges of an ongoing supply chain crisis. They only pay lip service to in-person learning, appropriating funds to make schools safer, and still have threatened to return to virtual learning because of breakthrough cases, which is already causing irreversible damage to the mental, physical, and emotional well-being of our students. I believe that we must do everything we can to keep America safe, our economy growing, and our schools open. We must do this by following the science and giving Americans consistent advice that does not change every other day. The CDC has flip-flopped on their guidance too many times to count. They have ignored common sense and cherry-picked the science numerous times. Recently, Dr. Walensky said that what we have all known for some time, that vaccines do not prevent the transmission of this virus. Last month, we learned that the White House thoroughly dismissed a detailed and well-researched proposal to drastically increase the availability of rapid tests, frustrating experts. In Iowa, Governor Kim Reynolds launched Test Iowa all the way back in April of 2020 to expand testing availability. In July of 2021, Test Iowa was replaced with free at-home coronavirus tests. I have been incredibly disappointed by the intense focus on vaccines as the only way out of this pandemic. I have seen no interest from this administration to take into account infection-acquired immunity, and I've seen little work to make treatments or therapeutics readily accessible to all Americans. The science shows that this vaccine is not 100% effective at preventing infection or transmission. So we must seriously begin working to help Americans with treatment options. We know that the vaccines can seriously reduce serious illness, hospitalizations, and death from breakthrough cases. I traveled to every county in my district to administer vaccines to Iowans who wanted them. As a doctor, I know that everyone has their own unique medical needs and conditions, and we cannot treat them all the same. I encourage every American to speak with their provider or their doctor to determine if the vaccine is right for them. It was right for me. But the rhetoric and the actions from this administration are not helpful and must change immediately. We must work in a bipartisan manner to help Americans adapt to life with this virus. I look forward to working with all of my colleagues to get this job done. And now it's with great pleasure that I introduce Minority Whip, Representative Steve Scalise.